So hi everyone, my name is Kelly Weld and I'm joined today by Nora Lenz, the author of Dog Nutrition 101 and the creator of the No More Vet Bills website. So first, welcome Nora.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you for letting me pick your brain today.
Sure thing, anytime.
Yeah. So for those who are unfamiliar with Nora's book, this is just a heads up that this is not just another nutrition book for pets. So be sure to stick around for the entire interview because this truth is powerful and we want the power to be in your hands, not the hands of those that profit from sick pets. So Nora, as far as I know, you're the only person who has authored a book on natural hygiene as it relates to pets. Can you start off by telling everyone how you stumbled across this concept and what is natural hygiene exactly?
Well, I started thinking about changing my own diet in about 1980, probably 1986 or something. And I discovered natural hygiene in about 1990. Natural hygiene is just the science of aligning ourselves with our biological requirements. And it's universal. It applies to all species because all species had to adapt slowly to the environment that they were born into on this planet. And they had to, they made small changes in their bodies and the way they did things and the way they ate and the way they behaved, and their bodies changed as a result of that. And the more that, and that happens over a very long period of time, much, much longer than domestication, for example, in the case of dogs. But the more that we can understand that and that those adaptations were firmly in place by the time civilization came along and by the time we started domesticating dogs, and the more that we can align the way our dogs live and eat with the way dogs would naturally in the wild when left to their own devices, the healthier they'll be. And this is not information that's easily found because there's a huge, gigantic avalanche of pseudo information out there about how to feed dogs, and even the well-meaning people have made it much more complicated and mysterious than it needs to be. It's really not complicated at all. It's the idea that it's complicated has been advanced because it sells products. The manufacturers,
And we like to make things complicated as humans.
Yeah, and it becomes a little bit of a hobby to some people. It's kind of mental entertainment to get into the detailed, minutia about dogs and dog physiology and all of that. And you really don't need to know very much. You don't need to know much at all. You just need to follow some very simple instructions and change what's in your dog's bowl every day. It's so simple. It's amazing how simple it is and how powerful and profound the results are when you apply this information. And that's why I wrote that book, and that's why I'm making this video. I just want to get this information into the hands of dog owners who want to be empowered with that information.
How long have you been doing this with dogs and feeding this way?
Well, I've been feeding dogs properly for about 20, 25 years. Experimenting along the way and learning and having experiences with dogs and rehabbing dogs that belong to other people. And there's still a lot more to learn. Unfortunately, we are left to experiment because the professionals that we rely on for information and guidance have been co-opted by industry. Industry has used these frontline health professionals to sell their products. The industry, they are industry reps. That's what they've become. All practitioners, even so-called holistic ones, the ones that are selling products, that is. I mean, there might be a few out there that are saying the things that I'm saying. I'm not aware of them because I don't sell any products at all, none, zero. I don't even recommend any products. we have to experiment. We have to use so-called anecdotal information. We have to learn from the experiences of other people. And it does involve a little bit of, fumbling around in the dark. And then you find something that works.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of that process, that's natural science. That's the way science proceeds. You go in objectively going, what's the answer?
Right.
Not, you don't go into science going, I have this theory and I want to prove it. No, you don't do that at all. You go in, what's the answer? I'm open to all options. And when you do that, and when you experiment on that basis,
Mm-hmm.
then what you end up with at the end is the truth.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done, or as close to it as anybody.
Yeah.
That's,
What is it that is different about this diet that makes you believe that it is a more natural diet, or it's the right diet, or what are the things that you see? I know in my two dogs, when applying this, I saw the reversal of cancer and chronic allergies and early stage kidney disease. And so it seems like when you put these principles into practice, that you can reverse any disease. Is that true?
pretty much. It depends on how far it's advanced. And there are cases when the body just doesn't have enough resources left over.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess to answer your original question, the way that I know is experimentation and discovering what works. And also a lot of research has been done on wild dogs. And, when researchers go out and watch wild dogs, they tend to focus on predation. But very often, especially lately, we've been getting lots of information from the research, the wolf, especially the wolf research
The
community.
Voyager wolf